There's the Bellagio fountain. In that building, I've lost plenty of money.
Hey, join the club.
NBA 2K23 Summer League, Thomas and Mack Center. Blazers leading by 2 over the Knicks, heading into the fourth quarter. George Sedano, Jordan Cornette, Katie George with you here. We saw our pal Richard Jefferson officiate the second quarter. We had Monty McCutcheon breaking it down. I did ask Monty, you missed that, does he deserve another quarter?
Oh, what was the answer?
He said, not tonight.
I asked RJ, I said, were you tired? He said, no, that was easy.
Yeah, that part.
Like, my brain is exhausted.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get a mental workout for sure. Here's Ross on the run. Out to the wing to Walker.
Walker's got to take the first look.
Yeah.
That's got to be a catch and shoot.
Here's King muscling. Gets it to the corner to Randall. And Randall buries it. McBride goes strong to the hole. Gets the hoop and the harm.
That's it. That's what Deuce needs to be. Survey the scene as that floor general and be a scorer and opportunistic when the time calls for it. Say, this is my matchup. I want this straight line drive through traffic. And like all skilled finishers, keeps his eye on the goal despite the contact.
He gets the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And it's a two-point game. We got a good one, man. We didn't think we'd get a good one. I
don't know, 13-0 out of the gates, knowing what the Knicks have been doing to competition.
The Blazers started 0 of 7 from the field. And we're down double digits immediately. But they have shown some resolve here. Here's Ross. Gets the step. And we'll lay up and in. When you look at Portland, do you think they're a playoff team?
They could be. They'll definitely be much better than they were clearly a year ago, depending on health, obviously. I'm really excited to see Jeremy Grant inserted into that group. Look, Shane Sharp, I think everybody's keenly aware, is not going to be a guy that's going to be a factor right away. Could he down the stretch towards the end of the season? Absolutely. But I still have questions at who's their wing guy. Don't have questions about what Dame's going to bring, what Nurkic is going to bring, although he needs to be more consistent. We didn't even mention Gary Payton.
Yeah, who was a nice signing for them as well. Randall again. No. So, last year you had Phoenix, Memphis, Golden State, Dallas, Utah, Denver in the top 6. Montero, wide open look? No. And then in the play-in, Minnesota, New Orleans, Clippers, San Antonio. The Lakers are not in there, obviously. And one would assume, oh, nice putback there by Alexander. One would assume that they can be back in the mix. Portland will be back in the mix. So the question is, who drops out? Because New Orleans looks better.
I mean, if you're telling me New Orleans or the Blazers, I'm taking New Orleans all day.
So I'm guessing Utah maybe falls out of that mix.
Utah would be one with the changeover there, and you know they're in an interesting spot. Obviously, with
Spurs maybe fall out.
Yeah, no Murray. Yeah, I can see the Spurs falling out there. That's where they be.
Yeah,
they could be in front of the Jazz and the Spurs if you're looking for 2 teams. Look, let's not forget, a healthy Dame Lillard changes so much.
Oh my God, it's an MVP candidate.
You start right there.
Yeah.
And Simons, the ability to grow under, no longer there, obviously, it's CJ McCollum, but getting the tutelage with him and Dame to become the star he is in the future, they got pieces.
I remember watching Simons the first time he was here at Summer League. He ended up getting dinged up, but I was doing that game at the Cox Pavilion. And within a few minutes, I'm like, oh, this kid has it. Like, you could just tell right away with him.
The group needs a little bit more. They're thin at the big spot, and they need a big scoring win.
There's a charge on Trevor Keels. He's not happy, but it was a charge. Again, actually both conferences, if you think about it. I think the East is a little more top-heavy than the West is. Sure. I think the West is a little more spread out. But the East is no longer the Leastern Conference by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, the top of the Eastern Conference. You look at Boston, obviously, Milwaukee with Giannis, Miami is in that mix as well, Philadelphia.
And to me, it's so much about what Boston now becomes as they start to really push it.
Yeah, nice addition with Malcolm Brogdon.
Kid, massive addition.
Yeah. Here's Randall, who's been hot. He's got 12 points. Almost throws it away there. Watford. Johnson.
Let's watch the Sims can work there.
Johnson up top for Jabari Walker with the two-hand slam.
Sims didn't cut off the angle coming off the pick and roll there, and that's another place where we need to see more from Sims. Moving, he has the ability to do that. He's got to cut off that angle so you don't get the drive that ultimately leads to the alley-oop.
9-point lead for the Blazers. Here's Grimes. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Keels with the heave, and Keels drains it. 6-point game.
He's not bleeding a little bit. Big time shot. Knicks needed that one.
They absolutely did. Blazers looking to slow it down a little now. And we got a foul. And we're going to break here. But the Blazers putting on a show here in the second half. Can they finish it off?